Ricky, obviously Europe didn't end up how Chiefs wanted. Does that raise the Anglo-Welsh in the scheme of things now?
No, not really. I think any competition we go into, we're going to look to attack it. I think, the weekend was disappointing from a first half performance, and we did obviously get that performance back in that second half. But it's actually quite refreshing to go into a new competition with a new group of players in terms of the balance of the squad. So we're really looking forward to it, and we're looking to welcome Wasps at the weekend and enjoy a real good game of rugby.
How does the balance of power work? How does that shift from Rob to you over these two games?
It's quite easy actually. It's quite transitional. I've done this now for the last sort of 4 years now, so we've learnt along the way. Rob tends to take a little bit of a step back. He's still there overseeing things and helping and guiding me and working with that front. But it's just more me being at the forefront of the meetings, running the sessions, which for my development is really good.
Okay, and obviously we've got Wasps coming up twice in very quick succession. Now, how similar or different do you think two games are like to be?
If you look over the last 2 years, every game that we've played against Wasps, whether it be in the Anglo-Welsh or A-League or in the Premiership, have been really close. So I think both games are going to be exactly the same. This weekend, the strength of Wasps squad, they're going to come down and we're going to have to fight really hard to rip this game away from them. And then obviously when they come down here in the Premiership, I don't think it'll be any different. We know how hard we're going to have to work. We know that we're going to have to be physical. We're going to have to cancel out their threats, which is obviously their ball in hand play. So I think both games will be the same, and we're approaching this game at the weekend like we would a Premiership game. There's no difference in terms of our prep or what we'll be talking about and what we'll be running.
Looking from the outside in, it's quite a complicated competition in a way, because obviously, as we all know, the teams you're playing are not actually the teams in your pool, but presumably from your point of view, you just know you need to win the last two to really have a serious chance of going through.
Yeah, Ospreys have got Bristol down in Bridgend at the weekend, so that's going to be a tough place for Bristol to go, and they're heading the group up by a point. What we're probably looking at is just our performance first at the weekend, getting ourselves a foothold in the game, and then as the game unfolds, if we can push on to, if we are doing well to get that bonus point, I think that will put us into good stead getting into that last game. So we know it's not necessarily in our hands in terms of if Ospreys keep winning and they get bonus points along the way, but we know if we can put in a real good performance and get a result at the weekend, it goes to that last game. And in most competitions that we've been in on the last day of it, we've been fighting and we've pushed on from there.
We all know that this is the sort of competition that Jack Noel came through a few years ago. Who are the youngsters that really excite you that perhaps we should be keeping an eye out?
If you look at Claremont on the weekend, Stu Townsend and Simo came on at 9 and 10, and you look at those academy players now and you say that they're young guys, and the Anglo-Welsh is a good competition to blood them in. They're actually quite experienced now. They got game time at the weekend, but from that perspective, those two at 9 and 10 at the weekend are two that we're looking at to really control the game, play the way we want to, and hopefully transfer their learns that they had up away at Claremont into the game at the weekend. Joe Snow, who's at Exeter College now, is going to come onto the bench. It's really exciting for him to get some game time there, as a young nine. Max Badilli is going to come back up from the Pirates, where start of the season was playing really well. He's gone down to the Pirates and got a foothold there, and looking forward to seeing him getting back up here and getting some game time within our systems. Obviously then with a sprinkling of the senior guys. Jeff Pyland's going to come back from obviously that head injury and get game time there, which is from a overall perspective really pleasing. From a medical perspective, to get him back up and running is good. So I think just seeing that group of players is probably the most exciting thing. Getting them out there, putting on an Exeter Chiefs shirt at home, in a competition that we really enjoy playing in is probably the thing I'm probably most excited about, with all the little battles around each position as well.
Thank you.